06, 07 Kobe, bro. That first year, 24 Kobe.
That nigga was a dog.
That nigga was
a dog. Number 8 Kobe, no, that's my favorite Kobe.
He said first year number 24 Kobe. I wonder when they really changed his number.
that nigga had some good coke one night. It was like, you know what?
Fuck this shit.
24 now.
I'm a different motherfucker. Fuck Jordan.
More better.
Fuck Jordan. Watch this. Watch this. 24 was hard though. Only cause he had it.
Right.
That shit is such a regular number.
Only cause he had it.
It's such a regular number. Like just how KD with that number 35. That was a regular ass number before he went.
Yeah.
No count.
Niggas want fucking with that shit.
Who made zero hard?
Russ.
I wanna say
Gilbert
Gilbert.
Arenas.
Gilbert.
Gilbert Arenas.
Gilbert,
You're right.
that
You're right.
original agent. It was a couple other niggas named Zero I can't think of, but them niggas was double zero back in the day. But nah, that nigga Gilbert made that shit lit. But Russ took it to another level. Even Gilbert said that. Russ took it to another level. Russ, Dame, them niggas took it to another level. Russ and Dame, yeah. Fucking Jason
Yeah,
Tatum.
we
I
can
used
stick
to
with
like
Russ.
Jason
like
Tatum.
Jeff Teague with that zero.
There you go.
I'm just
I know
saying.
he seemed regular, bro, but
But that year they went to the conference finals, I give it to you.
He was straight.
Damn.
The year they went to the
Better
conference
shooter than
finals,
Russ.
I give it to you.
He just can't get a
Okay.
triple-double at will.
Who?
Game.
Oh yeah, that nigga Russ can get a triple. He can. That nigga is a walking triple double. That shit is crazy, bro.
He made zero better.
That nigga made triple double. That
What
this
you
shit.
talking about?
This shit so crazy. He made that shit like normal, bro.
Are we ready?
Ready?
Hello and welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast, Not Another Sports Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Brandon. Here with my co-host, Jordan.
Yeah, this is Jordan. We got my boy Ron with us.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes,
sir.
indeed.
Man.
Kevin is in Miami holding it down.
Yes,
My boy Kevo, what's poppin', man? I feel it for you real quick.
Yes,
and the
sir.
show must go on. With that being said, we're going to start off with something positive. We went back to church last week. I got a bunch of different quotes. I ain't going to read them to you. Just know that I got a bunch of different quotes from people. So, what you got positive for this week, Joey?
The Braves won. Roy was back. He only missed 2 games. I guess that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
It gotta be them Hawks, man.
Yes,
you know
sir.
they just got handed to them last night, but we gonna leave that in the past. But to be even in the conference finals, where a lot of people had them not making the playoffs at all, and it made me a fan. So it gotta be the Hawks, man. Even just being in the conference finals alone, like.
Oh, yeah. With that being said, we're going to talk about the Hawks and the 76ers. I'm going to say, with the team like the Hawks, if you let them stick around, they're gonna mess around and beat you.
Yeah.
They showed that in the first series. They showed that in the series with the 76ers. They showed that in game 1 against the Bucks, which we'll get into a little bit later. But, yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm foreshadowing. I'm gonna pick the Hawks in 7 in the conference finals because I feel like the way Milwaukee's shooting, they're not gonna continue to shoot like that. They shot like that during the regular season, but once the
Yeah.
playoffs started, they cooled off. But back to that 76ers series, it really came down to Ben Simmons not being able to shoot because he literally, I think he had 4 points in all of the fourth quarter, 2 points in all the fourth quarters combined. So that ain't gonna get it. I mean, granted, he's 6'10", but if he's a superstar, you can't not have him on the court, and he became unplayable in that series. It's really what it came down to. And Tobias Harris had a game where he had 4 points, but he was pretty solid in comparison. But and shout out to Seth Curry, he played big in that series.
Yeah, that boy was ballin'.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, how y'all feel about how the 76ers and the Hawks turned out? Shout out to the Hawks, by the way.
Right.
Man, game 7, I feel like the Hawks can score with anybody.
Exactly.
So I agree with you to the point where if you let them keep around, then yeah, you know they gonna make it a game. But like as they can score with anybody, they can also shoot themselves into a slump.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like they did in game 2. So I feel like Ben Simmons played a role, but everybody knows coming into the game, like just like people want LeBron to be this killer, take the shot over 4 people. Ben Simmons is not going to be that scorer.
At all.
Like he's proven over his whole career that he's not going to be that guy.
Exactly.
So expecting him to do that is becoming kind of pointless at this
They
point.
keep trying to make him a point guard. If they make him a
Not
true
even-
4, he would. I think he'll be a lot more dominant. He won't have to take as many shots, and he can play.
I feel like he's trying to change the game a little bit, though. I
Right.
feel like he's trying to play the game his way, which is cool. You feel me? If people gonna pay you to play the game your way, that's fine. But that's not gonna win a championship in
Exactly.
this era right now.
Right.
Like right now, that's just not gonna-
Everybody can shoot.
Yeah, that's
And it
not,
ain't- I don't
especially
even-
with the people around him and Joel.
I don't even think it's so much he not able to learn how to shoot. He just won't shoot. Like if you
That's not his game.
Right.
You know, that's not how he plays the game of basketball. He's not when he's on offense, he's not attacking. He's not aggressive. I watched pretty much the whole series, and he's just not that type of guy to try to go get his bucket unless he's upset or been targeted. But other than that, he's not an aggressive guy on offense.
Yeah. I feel like this series, like I predicted it would be, was lost because of Ben Simmons' ability to shoot. So you really just have to rely on Joel Embiid and then hope that Tobias Harris can actually make up for the difference, which he did in a couple of games, but he couldn't really do it.
I feel like with Tobias, it's more so of he's taking time off, and it's like, why? Like you're meant to be that second scorer to Joel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
but he
if Joel
thinks-
got 40, you need to have 35. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
he
saying?
thinks that he's the third option, but he's not.
But that's because of the way the playmaking of Ben Simmons is. Like he's not and the way Tobias scores. You get what I'm saying? That's why I said if you're gonna have Ben Simmons on the court, he can't be surrounded with people who also need the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like he has to be surrounded with. He'd be great coming off the bench with a bunch like him and Seth Curry coming off the bench. That might have had something. That might have done something.
Yeah, but that's their fault. They should have got rid of Ben Simmons when they had the opportunity. But that's not really because of them, other than the fact that I think they didn't want to get rid of Tyrese Maxey. But that was really just Houston being petty, not wanting to send him to Daryl Morey.
So wait. Y'all don't think you can win with Ben Simmons? Like
No.
you can't build a team around Ben Simmons?
Not that team.
right.
The way that you can build another team from scratch.
I don't feel like you can build a team with. I feel like Ben Simmons can be a part of a championship team, but I don't think as the focal point.
Like, I
as
feel
the
like-
main playmaker of your offense. No, that's not gonna happen.
I feel like they could have built a team in Houston around Ben Simmons, but
With who?
it's not gonna be it's not gonna be instant, but it's gonna be a building. It's gonna be a process.
I feel like with another solid point guard like Ben Simmons and like a Steph, like that'd be nasty. Got Steph going on.
Draymond
Ben
Green.
coming off the beat. See?
I mean, yeah,
See?
that will.
See, you get it.
You don't have to shoot.
He gotta
He can
shoot.
play defense.
He can play defense. He can rebound the ball all day. He mess around and have 20 assists.
But see, nobody wants to get rid of Draymond. I've been
don't think
in
they
the
should
camp
get rid
of
of
getting rid of Draymond.
I don't think they should get rid of Draymond.
But you're not keeping Ben Simmons and Draymond. That's
Yeah, I agree.
That's redundant. But yeah, it was Ben Simmons averaged 9.6 rebounds and 9 assists, and he shot 33% from the free throw line this series. That's not gonna cut it.
At all.
Like
Yeah.
you got to be
He
above
said from
9.
the free throw line, he shot 33%.
33%.
Oh
That's
my
pathetic.
goodness.
He's
Yeah.
a superstar.
That's what I said. That's what I said. He's not that aggressive guy. Like,
Yeah.
He's
Like-
like when he has to score. Even we saw it on that clear cut. The one everybody's talking about when he had the dunk and he passed it.
Yes.
Like that was his mindset. Like that showed you right there what kind of player he was. Like I get the ball right here. Oh, everybody's looking at me. Watch the pass. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's how he plays. You get what I'm saying? Like everybody's expecting him to be this LeBron, and he's not the scorer LeBron is.
Nah. But like Brendan said, he was he had 2 points. He was 0 for 0 for in the last 4 games from the field. Like
Yeah,
that's
just being
not aggressive, Brian. Like
It's just
you,
not being aggressive.
yeah, I don't know, bro. I've been saying it for years. It's not gonna cut it.
Not with him as the focal point. No,
Yeah.
it's not gonna happen.
He's 0 for 2, like from the 3-point line, his whole playoff career from the
what-
3-point line.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's not gonna
That's-
happen. With him as the focal point of playmaking in your offense, it's not going to happen. because
Okay,
he's
so
so easily to defend. Like I can say, his whole offensive scheme is to drive in you and get penetration or create something from a post up. You know what I'm saying? But if you can't shoot, I can lag off you and kind of play safety in that whole zone. So it's really ineffective. You know what I'm saying? Unless on some fast break type humbugs, and then that's how he gets most of his stuff. And then that great momentum and blah 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 blah.
But I mean, I don't want to put this all on Ben Simmons, even though it's mostly Ben Simmons, because Joel Embiid did have 33 turnovers in the series, and he did have 8 in Game 7.
But
he got ripped and by Delly, and that was it.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was over with.
I mean, he didn't. I don't want to say he had no help, but he was playing way more than he
I
should.
get what you're saying.
I'm not making no excuse for Joel because I'm not a big Joel fan, but
Seth was his biggest help in this series.
Seth
He's the most
proved
consistent.
he is who he is, and he's
Right.
not. You get what I'm
He's
saying?
not just Steph little brother.
Yeah, he is who he is,
Yeah.
and I actually think he the big brother.
Uh,
I think
might be right.
I think he the big brother.
Nah, because he was at Duke when Steph was already
yeah,
in the league. Anybody got anything else on this 76ers and Hawks series?
I mean, we can't go the whole time without mentioning Doc Rivers, but we all know what's known doesn't need to be said.
You know what's funny? I just said today that all of Doc Rivers teams are mid come playoffs.
Right.
Come playoffs, they are the most mediocre teams.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's being like getting tired of him preaching the same thing, or I feel like it's just not adjustments. Like I feel like Doc does not make adjustments. I feel like Doc feels like, okay, this style is going to work. This is going to work, and he doesn't consider the fact that people have figured that shit out. Like
you can key in on that in a playoff series. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, next up, we're gonna talk about the Nets and the Bucks. This so far has been the best series of the playoffs. I think Kevin Durant should have got his foot behind the line. Like, bro, how you gonna be a shooter and not know where your feet at? Bro, come on, bro. Like, you would have shut everybody up. Now everybody got to say, oh, he couldn't do it by himself. I mean, I still think he can do it by himself. I'm just saying, it was literally this close from him. You know what I'm saying?
Shit ain't close enough.
I'm just saying, he got exhausted in overtime. He had no more legs on that last shot.
Man, look.
The Bucks are overrated, very overrated. Again, Drew Holiday he has to play better for them to win the championship because he has been average. I think he's averaged like 38% from the field in that series.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But what y'all got on? And Kyrie got, what was that, game 5 he got hurt?
4.
Game 4. Yeah. Yeah. Because they were in Milwaukee. But what y'all got on this series?
Man, I'm upset. I still feel like KD the greatest. I don't care what nobody say. If everybody can still claim that LeBron the greatest after a loss, then KD can still be the greatest after a loss. I don't care what nobody say. But it's I'm sad because I was just so happy when that shot went in, bro. I hit the group chat. I was like, put some respect on his name. Then they reviewed it and saw his foot on the line. I was like, bro, come on, bro. I need you to be better than that, bro. Like, how you not look down and see your feet? Like, you didn't see Ray Allen do it? Like, come on, bro, be better. Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I felt like he sold. I feel like he sold. I get it. He had a great, phenomenal game. Most points in the game 7. I get all that.
It's Joe Harris' fault.
I got the Joe Harris stats. Don't worry. But I feel like
That man was faking
if you are the greatest person, if you're the greatest player in the world, bro, you gotta have your feet behind the line. Like, I would have that same energy with LeBron, bro. Come on, you got to have your feet behind the line. Like, you can't. I mean, I get it. You did literally everything. The bench went out there, had no shot attempts. You had Blake Griffin give you 17 and then foul out. Like, literally, it was all on you, bro. Like,
it was a rough game.
I get it. You did all you could. But
Except get your feet behind the line.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm sorry, I ain't even cut you off, Jordan.
see, now it's not even the fact that he didn't get his foot behind the line that made me upset. It was the fact that they played great defense. Got the shot. They got the shot clock with who was it? What's the big dude name? Play center.
Giannis?
Valanciunas. No. Lopez. Brooke Lopez. They got the shot clock on him, and then they went down. I don't know what exactly happened, but they got a rebound. This man, KD, walked the ball up. Like, bro, take the ball before they can set up the defense and then take it to the rim. Either get fouled or make the layup. Like, this man waited for them to set up and took a ugly 3-point shot. Like, I get it. Who else are you going to pass it to? But that was a terrible shot and a terrible decision. That's what made me upset. Like, up until that point, like, it was a good game. Like, even the one that Lopez blocked, that was a great block. I couldn't even take it from him. Like, that was a great defensive rotation, all that. But I'm just upset with that last possession. Like, it was a great shot, great on the line. Like, just put a little bit more on it, had some more legs, he would have been good. But like y'all say, his legs was gone, so I'm gonna go with that. But I wasn't gonna say it. But I mean, I'm still sad.
That is a great place, bro. Remember that clip of Carlton shooting?
Yes, bro, that's exactly what it looked like. Bro, that man had so much hope. Bro, he looked at it with so much anticipation. Yeah, I'm about to be the man tonight. Nah, buddy. Still finna get flamed.
Man, shit, whole front of the rim.
I'm gonna be honest, man. That was a win for the Knicks. That showed you exactly what you got in KD.
That's what I'm saying.
That was a win for the Knicks. Like, yeah, his foot was on the line, but barely. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just showed you right there, like, what you could do with just him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was missing his pieces. James Harden wasn't at 100%. You know, Kyrie was coaching and cheering, and you know,
Joe Harris sold.
Joe Harris definitely did not play.
I'm so disappointed, man. This man had the opportunity to celebrate with us on Juneteenth. He might have been able to come in, sneak some napkins.
You know what I'm saying?
He might have been able to sneak some napkins in, bro. You not allowed. Don't even drive by the picnic. Just, you see us having a good time, just drive the other way. Turn around. You do not.
Hey, man. You know what I'm saying? It's going to work out together this offseason.
In China. That's where they working out for their team.
He said China.
Nah. Anyway.
Oh no, I'm not done. I'm not done. I thought Ron had more.
Oh yeah. You talking about for the Bucks and Nets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like I said, that was a win for the Nets. I feel like KD showed exactly what he had. Blake Griffin is, I don't know. We don't know what Blake Griffin is. Sometimes he's good. Sometimes he's not.
I told Kevin going into that game, Blake Griffin gonna give you 15 to 20. He gave you 17. he broke it in half, bruh. Like, he got bruh.
Blake Griffin is, but I don't know.
It's so upsetting because literally up until the last 3 to 4 minutes of the game, I was right. Like, everything I said last week, I was right. Chris Middleton didn't show up. Drew Holiday didn't show up. Giannis went off, but it wasn't enough. The bench was going to help enough because Blake Griffin gave you the points that I needed.
But Blake don't come off the bench.
I mean, not the bench, but like the help. Like, Blake gave you 17.
Blake gave you just enough.
James Harden gave you
21.
Yeah, but I mean, he was selling a little bit too. I'll get to him in a little bit. But he gave you the points that you needed.
They gave. That's what I'm saying. They gave you the points. Like, it was.
And then,
and my thing is, I'm gonna keep it a buck. My thing was, what the hell was this walk up, pull up 3 that you love to do?
I'm saying.
Like, you want to walk the ball up court, take your time. And
That's
look
all
around.
I'm saying,
No,
bro. Just
bro, you was supposed to walk the ball up court.
no, he was
30
supposed
feet
to
away.
sprint the ball up,
He was supposed
get
to
the
walk the ball up
layup,
court,
and then
30
the
feet
and
away.
one in the series
30
on the
feet
layup.
away.
I mean, on the
legs.
free
He
throw.
thought he was gonna build up the leg power.
No, bro.
That's
No,
why he
bro.
had to slow it down.
Hey man, all I'm saying is if it wasn't for James Harden selling them, we probably would have had something. This man shot 2.
Nah, honestly, it's definitely. If I have to put the blame on anybody, I'm talking to Joe Harris at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, it's Joe Harris'
Hey,
fault.
bro, we lost the game. We lost every game
It's-
by like 11 points, and you averaged 14 on the season.
It's definitely Joe
So-
Harris's fault. He shot 52% from 3 in the regular season.
He
This
shot
man shot. Where is it?
Come on, stat
I'm sorry.
man.
I'm sorry. This man shot 3 for 8 on wide open shots. Bruh, come on. What y'all remember the last shot of the game
I do.
when bruh, the ball hit the front of the rim. This man got the rebound and missed a
yeah.
wide open
Yeah,
shot.
right there
They
in the
went
middle.
down. Giannis got the fouled Blake Griffin out and then got the and one on KD. And that was the end of the game. Man, I'm so disappointed in Joe Harris, man.
That's what I said. If I had to put the blame on anybody, I'm talking to Joe Harris.
Harris.
But
They
I
said
mean,
Steve Kerr. I mean, they wanted to give a little bit to Steve Nash because he only played 7 people. But I'm like, that's what happened in the playoffs anyway.
Who you gonna trust?
Rotation shorten up.
who you gonna trust?
That's what I'm saying.
We trying to win.
Joe Harris
man.
was supposed to do his job.
I get that
Shut
Harden was hurt though, but like
We still
I don't
trying
know
to win.
how hurt was he? Was
trying
it
to
hurt or him just missing shots? Because he was 2 for 12 on 2 for
trying to
13 on wide open shots.
I mean, when you hurt, he ain't got the rhythm.
2 for
confidence
13
off.
from wide open shots. What am I supposed to do for that?
They in New York. He ain't used to that.
This man was 2 for 12 in Game 7.
Don't supposed to be telling him he suck after the game.
And that man said, I was at the strip club last night. All right. It's just Houston on ice. All right.
But this man has a history of not showing up in Game 7s though.
These are facts.
Like-
Like, 1-5 in game 7?
That's why
In the
I feel
elimination
like
game?
1
I
in
feel
7 in his last 8 elimination games, and he's shot 24% from the 3-point line.
I mean,
That's pathetic.
He enjoyed the summertime, bro.
Pathetic.
that's why, and I feel like that's why him and Kyrie decided to hit up KD or get with KD because they feel like KD can take them over the Hutch. But the thing is, KD feel like they can take him over the.
Kyrie wouldn't have he would have gave him some more than that though. You know what I'm saying? He would've-
Kyrie can get you buckets. That's all
Right.
that matters. But this is
Kyrie
would
would have made the difference of one
But
shoe
look,
size.
this is the
I feel
fact.
like.
This is the fact of Kyrie Irving. He will get hurt.
He will.
He will get hurt.
Hey man.
He's just lucky. KD just lucky he ain't do it in Game 1 of the finals.
Hey man, I would have said that KD should have went to the Clippers, but Kawhi got hurt. So.
That one shoe size would have had them playing in the Eastern Conference Finals.
And they would have destroyed the Hawks.
I'm just saying.
I'm
We
saying,
would have got to
bro,
go to the game.
bruh, shut up. Let's talk about that series.
Anyway, speaking of the Hawks and the Bucks started the Eastern Conference Finals. The Hawks have done what they've been doing, winning game 1, still in game on the road. I'm not too worried about what happened last night. It is what it is. I mean, we know the Bucks have the ability to do that. They were one of the top 3 teams in the East for a reason. So, I mean, it's one game. They're coming back to Atlanta. If they can get into a rhythm early, if the Hawks can get into a rhythm early, that'll be the good thing. Because I don't think the Bucks gonna be able to shoot like how they were able to shoot last night. They're not gonna be that hot coming out. So I'm still going with the Hawks in 7. But how y'all feel about this matchup? It's in my eye, bro.
I like the Hawks still. They've won all 3 game 1s on the road, and they've lost all 3 game 2s on the road. So this isn't anything new,
We got them right where we want.
right? Like
No
this
doubt.
is this is
Everything's going to plan, guys.
exactly what
Yeah.
Trey Young say. We'll see y'all in the A. Yeah. So I mean, they got to come here. Chris Middleton, I still do not believe in him. Everybody else seems to, but I don't. I'm not gonna lie. He hit some clutch buckets in Game 7 against the Nets, but he was 2 for 11 at halftime. So there's that. He does not play well on the road. I think he's like
19. Yeah, 19.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the city, man. It's Atlanta, so it's different. They're not gonna be.
Hey man, I mean,
He turning up.
Exactly.
I feel like they can, if they can do well enough to hold Giannis to his average, and not Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday keeps getting cooked up by Trae Young, then they're good. Hey man, all I'm saying is I need somebody to show me this defense that Drew Holiday was brought in to play, because I literally asked what he does on defense, and then the next play he got shook up, and then they shimmy. Trae Young shimmy, and then hit the three. Like literally the very next play, right after I sent it in the chat.
Dude, hey man, we need more out of Lou Will too, bro. He played straight in that first game, but come on, bro.
Trae, I'm gonna put it on Trae, man. Trae gotta play better.
He will shoot us into a hole.
Trae gotta play better, man.
Yeah, he's very.
Trey gotta play better.
He has to have,
especially with them going to him early like that. Like if you're gonna be our early scorer, we trying to get stuff going off of you early. You gotta play better.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of that, the game got out of hand in the first quarter. You know what I'm saying? They just come off of silly turnovers, missed shots, silly shots. You feel me? Contested shots. Just not being in the game. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, win on game ones, lose on game twos. But no, that's not a recipe for championship.
Keep running the pick and roll. It's been working to success.
But at the same time, you gotta disguise it. You know what I'm saying? You just can't keep running the same thing. You gotta make adjustments. You know what I'm saying? You gotta run it with different people. You can't just keep running the big little pick and roll on different sides. You gotta mix it in with Kevin a little bit. You gotta put Bogey in some of them. You feel me? Put Trae in some of them for real. See what he's like off the ball, because after Trae passes the ball, he's at the top of the key just waiting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's not really a focal point of the offense like that. And if he's shooting himself out of the game, which he did, last night, after he shoots himself out of the game, he's really not a part of the game anymore. So he's really not a threat.
He can get you assists though. That's one thing.
But if he's not scoring, he's not effective. We're not worried about that. You know what I'm saying? With the bigs that they have in Milwaukee, they got a Giannis, they got his brother, they got Brook, they got Bobby Portis, they got people down there. If they can't get the blocks, they can at least make it difficult for him to attempt a shot. You know what I'm saying? And Chris is long. He's not one of the most effective defenders, but he can defend. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna disagree with you on the Drew take, bro. Drew cold, dog. I'm not gonna let you disrespect Drew like that, bro.
Drew Holiday was getting cooked
since Philly, bro.
He was getting cooked up by Bruce Brown. He was getting cooked up by Mike James. He got cooked up by Kyrie consistently. He got cooked up by Kendrick Nunn, even though we lost. He got cooked up by Dragic.
Hold on, wait,
I'm just saying, man. If he's this all NBA defensive player, he's getting cooked up by a lot of people.
I mean, people when you try hard, you get.
I get it. But who are you getting shut down by them? Who's he shutting? I've named a lot of people that cooked him up, but who's he shutting down?
It's not on a consistent basis though. It's like every once in a while.
He does have a point, bro. Defensive player of the year just got yammed on like 6 times.
You're telling me that?
I'm just saying.
You're telling me that Rudy Gobert got yammed on?
Nobody on this podcast like Rudy Gobert. But my point is, by that logic, Drew Holiday is a pretty solid defender.
It happens, bro. When you play hard and when the spotlight is on you, bro, it happens. You know
hey, man. People want to all I'm saying is, I've seen Rudy Gobert have some nice blocks against people. I've seen him clamp up some pretty good big men. I've never seen Drew Holiday clamp anybody up. Well, other than Dame that one playoff series, but that's neither here nor there.
What? That was the series. What you talking about? I was about to bring. What you mean that's not here? I was about to bring that series up. That's not here and there. That was my whole point. I was just about to say, you don't remember when they beat, when they upset them boys and they had them folks over their side? Yo, you don't remember that?
Hey man, brought out the brooms on them boys. Trust me, I remember.
But you don't remember that?
So a lot of people don't seem to remember that. A lot of people seem to have forgotten that thing, but
them
you know,
was outside. Them folks had AD looking like
they try to pretend like that never happened.
Them folks had AD out there looking like
all he did was
man.
Just in people's series. Like them two shots. That's everything. That's everything.
Nah, that man didn't have some.
That man has never been swept before. That's how y'all like to
He
think.
got some blemishes on his record. I like
Yeah.
Dame though.
Since
But
since we're talking about Dame and what he hasn't done, go ahead and say about the Golden State series. Go ahead.
Hey man,
Go ahead.
four straight series, 4 straight fourth quarters with a lead. That man said, "Nah, y'all got it. Here you go."
Nah, hey, man. Anyway, the last playoff series we're gonna recap is talk about is the Clippers and the Suns. I still got the Suns in 6. So Devin Booker is a dog, and Chris Paul coming back, that ain't gonna do nothing but help. Playoff P, he gonna get you. He gonna have his night, but some nights he gonna be off. So
Playoff P.
it really depends on what his set of role players do. So if Reggie Jackson keep playing, if the Morris twin, if he does what he's supposed to do, they'll be fine. But I'm still kicking the Suns at 6. Feel like the Suns stay here. So.
Marcus Morris.
I like
Senior.
I like the Suns year.
Yeah.
I like the Suns this year. I like Chris Paul. I like Devin Booker. I like Da. You know what I'm saying? I like their team. It's all about health with them and playing together. Do I think the Clippers can sneak it? Hell yeah. I think they can do something to shake this up. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they can if they can score enough, cause the Suns really not gonna play that defense. If you're not in the paint, you can get them on the perimeter and make your shots. You can beat the Suns. Because that's what the Suns trying to do. They're trying to get on the perimeter. They're trying to get Devin Booker working. They're trying to make their shots. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if not, they're going to, hey, Chris, take us there. And if you put a nice size defender on Chris, you know what I'm saying, maybe you can make it difficult in the mid-range like a Paul George, like a Kawhi. Reggie Jackson is fast enough to keep in with him. You know what I'm saying? Even Rondo is long enough. You know what I'm saying? Him and Rondo have a history where you can get into it with there and that. Now you got something. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the Clippers could.
Are they actually gonna play Rondo though? That's the thing.
I mean, that's what I said. You know what I'm saying? That'd be like a game 6. Oh, look, we gonna start Rondo against Chris Paul. You know what I'm saying? Just to have like an edge, just to do something. You know what I'm saying? Like I can see it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I've said this before. I like Phoenix, what they do. They have pretty much everything: a solid point guard, a traditional shooting guard, and then they have the big man. I'm kind of nervous about the campaign injury. I feel like that's a lot of.
That was it.
Auburn,
Nah. Yeah, I don't know where he played at. The boy from Memphis though. That's all I know. The boy from the city, man.
Well, yeah. That's.
He was hooping. So that's gonna be. That's why I said they supporting Cavs. That's why I just said they health. You know what I'm saying? They gotta stay healthy, man.
Right.
They gotta stay healthy.
Yeah, I feel like that's a lot of scoring off the floor.
Murray State.
So, yeah. Oh, yeah. I did actually
But
know
if
that.
they
He went there before
if they
John
did
Murray.
go to the finals, and just assuming it's the Bucks, right? I don't see the Bucks stopping the Suns. Like I don't see anybody that can guard Devin Booker, and I feel like Da can make it difficult enough.
Yeah,
for Giannis. To
I
get
feel
his
like
points.
And he gonna get his on the offense end too.
I feel like Da, like I've been saying this whole playoff run, he's the X factor in every series. There's really
but he
nobody
hasn't-
to guard him.
There's nobody to guard him. He's
Yeah, he has to be more aggressive in this series because I mean they don't really play Zubac that much. I mean I think they started him game 2. I think it was
Man.
game 3, something like that. But
they should have. This should be an easy. That's why I said for the Suns. I like the Suns because this should be easy for them.
Hey,
because
man.
they have that mismatch, and he's so effective and consistent in Da. But they can make. I like the Clippers. The Clippers can do something. They can make it difficult. They can even upset them, but they gonna have to do a lot of things right.
hey man, shout out to the Suns. They were the first team to give me a chance on 2K. They drafted me and Alex Lynn that draft class. Shout out.
And since we talking about the Suns, on that lob play they ran to win game 2,
The Valley Oop.
nobody is talking about the
That's
screen
the
Booker set, bro. That's how he got. That's how he was able to.
Hey man,
jump.
somebody held. I can't remember who,
That's
but
what
somebody
happens,
held.
though.
I know. I'm just saying.
That man said the value. I'm dead.
That's what they call it.
That's what he said after the interview.
Who?
He said somebody called it the value, and he was like, "Yeah, I like that." It's like, yeah, okay, man, Sports Center for you. But
I didn't come up with it.
Well, that concludes our weekly recap segment. I don't know what's going on with me today. Anyway, we're gonna move on to Genius or BS. Scottie Pippen said that basically Kevin Durant proved that he couldn't do what LeBron's been asked to do his whole career. He couldn't lead a team. Basically, if LeBron was in the same position, he would have won easily. I don't know, bro, because LeBron's never been a jump shooter. I know.
Oh dang! Boy, you almost made me pull up the 2018 mixtape. Well, you know what I'm saying? It's literally. Boy, what?
Brian can never. He can get to the rim, but he's not.
Hey man, I won't say never been a jump shooter, but
he's not. He's never been a jump shooter
at this point. At this point in his career,
I don't think he would have been able to.
If to Ron's point, 2018, that playoff run, he was different. I think what was his last year? That was his last year.
Yeah, it was his last year in Cleveland.
Yeah, that was the year he ain't have nobody.
Nobody.
So yeah, it was pretty different that year.
And they went to the finals.
Yeah, I give it to him. I remember that year at the trade deadline. I was like, if he can actually pull this off, he might be different. So yeah,
I know he said what made him the GOAT was the 2016 finals.
Yeah,
when he went to the finals in 2018, I was like, this man is the greatest basketball.
See
that basketball team that he was with after the trade deadline. If you put any other superstar on that team, or Russell Westbrook, or Kevin Durant, or Steph Curry, or anybody
I said
else,
that at the time.
They're not going to do what he did.
See, I said that at the time, but I also said that he had to win a game, and he didn't. So
I mean,
hey man, I'm just telling you what my stipulations were.
I mean, that was your stipulation. He still went. You know what I'm saying?
I get that,
he still
but
went.
I said that he had to go and win a game, and he
went.
didn't.
He still went.
Now, you can argue that he should have taken the shot over Steph Curry, or J.R. Smith should have known how much time was on the clock. Whatever you want to say for the reasons why he should have won a game.
KD should have had his foot back.
I said that. He sold. I definitely said he sold.
Footers all day.
I said he sold. That was the first thing that came out of my mouth. But my point is, if KD sold, LeBron definitely sold.
That's what he get.
This man had
I'm not gonna
3-foot Steph Curry on him and decided to pass it.
I'm not gonna say LeBron didn't. I feel like when he got to the final, he was like, yeah,
I'm here, did my job. Everybody else saved my legacy. But no,
guys, it's y'all turn now.
That man was, like you said, that man was having the jump shooting postseason, and decided, nah, I'm good. I'm not a jump shooter. I get to the rim.
I told you.
Hey man, but yes,
my thing is okay about the Scottie Pippen thing, right? Scottie Pippen was not wrong. KD was not wrong as well. But to KD's point, you feel me? You gotta watch who you talking about. You gotta watch who you saying shit to, because obviously KD don't care. You know what I'm saying? KD pulling for his car, like he said. You know, this is the same person who didn't go on the court because he didn't get to take the last shot.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And they still end up winning the game.
Okay.
Feel me?
Like, how important are you?
Like,
where's your level of importance?
You feel me? So that's what I'm saying. Like from a standpoint like that, yeah. But like Scottie said, like KD proved that he couldn't make it to the finals. He couldn't make it to the East Conference Finals. He couldn't lead a team to somewhere of a championship run and be a contender. I'm not going to say by himself, but without another all-star beside him. Like it's going to be a different game because he plays the game differently. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that last possession, he shot it. It was a bad shot. He shot it early. He didn't really dribble. Like, he had a smaller defender on him. That's why I said, like, he should have just pulled up. Like, you got Drew Holiday on you. Why are you spinning and fading away? Like, what are you doing? So the same thing you saying about LeBron, shit, same thing with KD. Like,
I literally said he should have taken the ball. I literally said he should have taken the ball, ran to the rim, got a foul.
But nah, Scotty was wilding. Scotty was in his feelings. Scotty been on one there since
ever since he wrote that book.
Yeah, the book and the what was the
Last Dance.
Yeah, The Last Dance. Ever since he wrote the book,
that man
the Last
has been.
Dance,
What Drake say in my feelings?
that man been because he felt, man, Scotty deserves his respect, bro.
That's, I mean, I feel like he gets the respect he's due.
Scotty ain't no.
He don't deserve. He doesn't deserve more respect.
Yes, he does.
No, he does not.
Yes, he does.
The generation who watched him gives him his respect.
No,
we
no.
don't.
I feel like the generation that watched him. That's the reason he don't get no respect.
Because he don't deserve more respect,
No,
bro. You
bruh,
you get the respect you do.
This whole identity of Mike did it himself is completely crazy. The fact that
Nobody
Scottie
says
Pippen,
that. Nobody says that. They say that he didn't even get out the first round without Scottie
The
Pippen.
fact that Scotty literally was a game away from the NBA Finals off a bad call without Michael Jordan is crazy. And the fact that when Mike came back the next year, they lost in like the second round against the Magic. Nobody talks about that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody talks about how they made it further that first year with Scotty, and then Mike came back on some like, hold on, nigga.
Hey man,
he pulled the KD. If y'all lost because y'all ain't had me, watch this. You know what I'm saying? Came back, we're in the 4-5 and they play. You know what I'm saying? But he lost. Then they went back, got another superstar. You know what I'm saying? Added another superstar bench player. Don't nobody talk about these things. If you got somebody that's averaging 8 assists and 8 rebounds, with another person that's averaging 18 to 20 rebounds in Dennis Rodman, right? With somebody that's averaging 32 points a game, and you got somebody coming off the bench shooting 43% from the 3-point line. You got some other tall white boy that's shooting 50% from the field. He averaging 13 points and giving you almost a double-double. You know what I'm saying? You got another all-time defender that was, come on, man, that's a super team. They don't want to call it a super team because it's Michael Jordan, but that's a super team, bro. Scottie Pippen wants his respect because he's like, nigga, I was part of a super team. Like, I was one of the people that made it a super team. That's what made that championship run. If Scotty ain't guard Magic, if Scotty ain't provide that offensive spark for MJ like he did, bro, they would not be where they was. But that's why Scotty deserved his respect, bro.
I don't know. MJ won some game. Didn't he have a migraine in a game 7? He was like, bro, I got you, bro. Just go ahead and sit over there, bro. I got it. Just go ahead, bro. You can't, bro. Just go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
The whole time he was talking, he was thinking, I'm already knowing. Yeah, a migraine.
No God, like, didn't that happen? Like, am I imagining that? Like, all I'm saying is, bro, this man Scotty, like you said, he been in his feelings since the Last Dance. He just been trying to prop up LeBron so he can say that Jordan isn't the GOAT. Yeah, that's all it is, bro. He was like, it's a team. Like, that's why he came at KD. He said he was trying to do it by himself. He don't respect the team, the other players. He's trying to do it by himself.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Like, nah, bro. Like, I don't get that though. Like,
he did though. He did try to do it by himself.
I get it. I respect that though. I want you, if you're the best player on the team.
That, though. That's not basketball though. Bro.
I don't care. Like, if you the best player on the team and y'all losing, bro, I want you to get us back in the game. I don't want Bruce Brown out there taking shots trying to get us back in the game. I don't want Joe Harris. I don't want the ball in Joe Harris' hands.
Yes, we do.
Do you play? You play 2K?
Joe Harris.
You in the wreck.
What he needed him for? He wasn't doing. What
he wasn't.
Exactly.
So why am I putting the ball in his hands?
Because that's basketball.
No, I'm finna put the ball in the hands of somebody that's not making shots. No, that makes no sense to me. No,
KD couldn't do it by himself.
He couldn't do it with them.
You don't think Joe Harris was making shots in practice and
he wasn't making them in the game?
You don't think he was? You know what I'm saying? You don't think it wasn't looking good for them to put faith in this man? And then
when I put faith in him in the last 4 games, he went 9 for 30 and 5 for 20 from the 3-point line.
But he did not quit.
Oh, so I'm supposed to just give him the ball again? When I gave him the ball with 1 minute left, he missed the wide open shot. So how many more times am I supposed to give him the ball? How many times am I supposed to have faith in my teammates? That don't make sense. This man James Harden went 11 for 36 5 for 26 in the last 3. What am I? Who am I passing it to? Who do you want me to pass it to, Scottie Pippen? Who do you want me to play with on this team, not by myself? How do you want me to play team basketball if my teammates are doing that? Explain that to me, Scottie. That doesn't make sense.
Scottie can't relate. Scottie played on super teams.
Hey man, no. Yeah, he did try to make a super team in Houston until he got kicked off.
Scottie played with Craig.
This man, Charles Barkley, kicked him out of Houston. He said, "Nah, bro, you got to get out." And then he went to Portland and was down 3-1 to the Lakers, and then lost to them. So Scottie, don't act like you just this talking about. He didn't learn because he at the house. Where was you at?
Scottie should have went to the Lakers.
Don't act like you went to the finals without Jordan. Don't act like you didn't need somebody else. Don't stop. No, watch your mouth or whatever KD wanted to say.
It's vice versa too.
Okay, you obviously needed to learn from Jordan, and you didn't. So shut your mouth.
Hey man, Jordan had to pass the ball to Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr was making them.
Steve Kerr, John Paxson.
Hey man, he had faith in them because they weren't going.
I mean, but Jordan used to
9 for 30 in the last 3 games.
Jordan used to punch people in the face.
Yeah, and that got them tough enough. Maybe KD needs to punch Joe Harris in the face.
Jordan used to hold that first hostage. Like,
KD, if you listening, you have my permission to punch Joe Harris in the face. Joe Harris, don't do nothing. Just sit there and take it. God, leave, bro. Something needs to happen.
Steve Kerr got PTSD. Yeah, man. He ain't been right.
Something needs to happen, bro. Like, you saw it work.
He said he saw it work. That man was like a soldier in there.
What's the other dude name? Maxwell, the one he called the B word at practice. That man was hooping. That man was hooping. Come on, bro. He needs tough love.
Hey,
you saw.
Speaking of Steve Kerr, he said that Kevin Durant is the most gifted or skilled basketball player of all time. Are we going pound for pound? Like, this man is 7 feet with guard handles, bro.
Offensively,
that's what he said.
Offensively, it's an argument. Yeah. Offensively, like scoring the ball, it's an argument.
I feel like.
I don't know, because you got a strong argument for Steph if we just talking offense.
No, he also said defense. He said he could play great defense as well.
I'm not gonna go that far.
I mean, he's a rim protector.
I'm not gonna go that far.
I wouldn't say that.
I mean, I don't know, bro.
Enough. He's not.
He does do enough.
How many all NBA defensive teams do you have? Like 1, 2? Maybe?
That's not it's not accolade based. Oh, okay. It's skill, like one-on-one skill. Like
you get the accolades off.
It's basically like. If you
I hope so.
It's definitely voter based.
I'm dead.
If you good with the voters, you good. But I mean, I think he's saying if you played 1-on-1, who would you pick? Like, if you had to play 1-on-1 with one player, who is the first person you picking and have the most confidence in?
I mean, that's not okay.
I mean, Kevin Durant, because literally you can't think of nobody that would be able to guard him. Like,
see,
1-on-1.
My thing,
no help, no nothing.
No help.
Yeah, I think it's a few people that could guard him.
See,
no help, no picks, no nothing.
No nothing.
Like long enough, like strong enough to stop him and get to where you. Yeah, I think it's a few people that can get.
See,
him.
But I don't.
He can literally rise up from anywhere though.
I still feel like it's some people that can give him some problems. I'm not gonna say like a lot of KD stuff is off of the people he has around him. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it is backward motion. That's how they get you distracted off his little ISOs and if he's gonna pass it off and whatnot. So yeah, he can drive you 1-on-1. He can do that. But at the same time, I feel like 1-on-1 in an isolated situation, there's a few people. I'm not saying that it's a regular occurrence that there's people 1-on-1 that can guard KD. That's why he is KD. But that's probably like 2 or 3 people. Like I'll take like a 2018, 2017 LeBron over that KD. You know what I'm saying? I give you a Giannis. If he actually wanted to guard KD.
Hey man,
but
I saw
proved
Giannis get cooked up
Giannis,
a couple of
Giannis
times
proved,
in game 1 and game 4.
Giannis proved that he cannot guard KD this series. So
No cap.
He proved that was not on his target list.
No,
he did not
no
want
cap.
to do that.
That was not in his fortune.
Yeah, he did not want to do that. I feel like AD can guard KD for real. I feel
I
like
was just about to say.
I feel like I wanted to see that Brooklyn Lakers series just because I wanted AD to guard KD. Like I felt like AD would have actually made it difficult, especially with Dennis Schroeder. He would have gave Kyrie some problems, and then you got KCP over there on James Harden. You can switch out on James Harden, and then guess what that does? That frees up LeBron to be lazy.
I feel like AD would be the toughest matchup for him, just because he can keep him from getting to the mid range so easily. But it's harder for him to shoot over AD if he can at all.
And I feel like AD is more knacky. You feel me? He's more savvy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's more of a smarter defender than the Giannis who's using straight athletic and
right
skill.
I feel like anybody else, once he gets to that mid range on the right elbow, that's a wrap. Like he's just gonna shoot over.
Yeah, that fade is crazy. Like
no cap.
That little
pop
up side.
Where he kick out his legs like the Jordan,
it's
like a giraffe or whatever you want to think he is.
It's
yeah.
I still like the pull up. That left hand pull up.
Hey man, you gotta know when to do it, bro.
Three dribbles, pull up.
Sometimes when the defense isn't set, just take it to the rim and get fouled, bro. Like, come on, y'all would still be playing right now.
that wasn't in his plans, though, man.
I see. I see.
He was tired.
That man said, "Yeah, I'm really not trying to be here. I feel like I did everything I could."
James was like, "Look, bro, you can hit this shot, or." You see them three up there? They trying to come with us.
We never experienced
the one in the turban. The one in the turban is for him. That's for Kyrie. He got the one in the turban. The other
that
two.
Man said, yeah, I feel like I did it all with that shot. Like, you mean my feet weren't behind the line? Oh, okay, well. My fans still gonna love me.
They're gonna not try. And you did. We appreciate you for that.
No cap, Katie.
If you see this, we appreciate you for that.
No
you
cap.
Did try. It was a
you
great
definitely.
Series.
Hey man,
I'm still going. You feel me?
I can. I'm just saying, bro. He went down with the fight, bro. He didn't go out in the first half just passive, waiting, trying to pass it to open people, and they was missing. Even though they was missing the whole series, he didn't blame the fact that James Harden was hurt and that Kyrie was hurt. He went out there and did his all from first quarter to fourth quarter.
Yeah, he played the whole game. He did
the whole game.
That's
he didn't come out
once
the team went on a run with a minute and a half to sit on the bench. He didn't do none of that. I'm just saying.
Hey, man. Shout out to Kevin.
No cap. It's funny because I know he watching.
Anyway, we're going to move on to our Goldfish memory segment. Speaking of LeBron, Tom Brady was on his HBO show, The Shop, and they were talking about his free agency, and one of the teams basically said they're going to stick with their quarterback. And he was thinking, and he said, you going to stick with that MFer? People was trying to figure out who it was. I say San Francisco. Because Jimmy Garoppolo, he had just lost them the Super Bowl, and he felt like they wanted to get rid of him in New England with the same guy. But yeah, how y'all feel about what Tom Brady said? I think it's great, by the way.
I feel like whoever didn't sign Tom Brady should be fired.
Exactly.
Whoever didn't had the opportunity to sign Tom Brady and kept another quarterback over Tom Brady should be fired. And it's not about winning. Obviously, like that man is proving like if you put me in the right place with some people and somebody that can kind of sort of catch the ball when I throw it, I can get you somewhere. Just because of the fact, and it's not even his arm strength. It's not even like I'm past all that with Tom Brady. Like we didn't see all of that. We didn't see him throw for 5,000 yards. We didn't see him throw for 50 touchdowns. We didn't see all of this from Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? That's the beauty of greatness. Like regardless of how you feel about him, like the man is great. You know what I'm saying? Like we loved him, hated him, wanted him to lose, wanted him to win. We've done all that because that's greatness. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to Tom Brady, it's like, bro, for me, it's like for him to look at defense and the way he picked them apart like that, it's just crazy to me. Like how he can look at your defense and be like, yeah. Hey, yo, you see, him right there. Like, them two, he finna drop back, and then, okay. Yeah. Y'all ready? Like, that's crazy, bro. Like, there's nothing you can throw at him that he has not seen. And that's what's gonna make him, you feel me? And he's figured out, like, yo, that's what builds winning in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Because the NFL is nothing but the same thing over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Like, people say all the time, oh, it's the same plays, it's just different terminology. You know what I'm saying? So once you recognize that same play off the terminology, like he's done because he's been in the league forever, and if you take care of your body and you get some talent around you and you have a good game plan, like he's not a bomber. He's a short dipper. He's a get it out the hands. You give him a certain type of player. You know what I'm saying? So when you surround me with the people that thrive in my environment, we can win. I feel like you got probably like another 3, maybe 4 years left. I can see Tom Brady winning 1 or 2 more Super Bowls. That's no for real. I can see him ending with like 8 or 9.
The crazy thing about it is they weren't even their best team last year. That was their first year together.
No,
so they got a whole nother year in the system. No, they got all.
They got better.
Exactly,
and they got better.
Yeah,
they got better. Only thing that can stop them is that knee surgery Tom had.
Yeah, I can see them winning it again this year.
Yeah.
Who ain't gonna win it?
Hey man, all I know is I remember the last time I bet it. I bet against Tom Brady.
Never again. I'll never do it again.
No cap. It was against you. It was in Miss Finney class.
Never
we
do it again.
It was the Super Bowl when they played the Seahawks.
Yep.
Brian, I was so upset. Brian, you ever bought Chick-fil-A for somebody that you can't eat? Bro, that's so painful.
What was it like? It was like 3 times or something like that.
Yeah, it was like 3 chicken sandwiches or something like that.
Yeah, bro.
Brian.
Love Tom Brady. Never bet against Tom Brady.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying.
Never bet against Tom Brady ever.
I've been a fan ever since.
The year they were playing the Falcons.
Hey man, I'm not saying I didn't think that Tom Brady was gonna win that Super Bowl, but once it was once Julio got that toe tap on the sideline, I made a post that said, "Congratulations, Mr. Jones," and then went all downhill from there.
I said the whole
time. Still Alfred leg fault.
Hey, man. His leg played for the Patriots.
I said the whole game. I told them because I was working at a sports bar at the time in Atlanta, in the middle of Atlanta, doing the Super Bowl. So everybody in there Falcon fans. I'm telling them the whole game. Y'all better calm down and hope y'all don't get Brady. Y'all better hope y'all don't get Brady. Sure enough.
Hey man, I was watching
touchdown. The folks was like, yo, I was like, I'm telling y'all, bro, this man.
For me, it's bad because I was out of town. I ain't watching it in the city.
Bro, I'm watching it in the city with, bro. That's it. I love that Super Bowl. That's probably one of my favorite Super Bowls.
I watched it with my brother and sister. Boy, once the overtime started, they wasn't saying nothing.
No, the first half was the loudest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Bro,
the second half, I could have dropped a pin and you would have heard it.
See, like they were talking, but they weren't talking directly to me. They were just celebrating. So I didn't feel bad. But like once the fourth quarter started and then like overtime, they definitely weren't saying nothing. I was just sitting there. I'm cooling. I didn't say a word. And then right after overtime, right after they scored, they're like, all right, go ahead. I was like, didn't even say nothing.
The boys got Brady, man.
Right. It was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. Well, by the time the fourth quarter started, my sister went to sleep. I guess she kind of already knew.
My thing is, I don't see nobody in the NFC that can really stop them. Like, who gonna beat them? Drew's gone now, so New Orleans is kind of out of the picture. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really worried about San Francisco for real. I don't really have faith in Jimmy. Seattle keeps proving like mid-season form.
The Bears.
The Bears. I like the Bears. I like Kyler in that defense. I mean, not Kyler. I like what's his name?
Justin Fields.
In that defense.
Yeah.
Justin Fields in that defense.
They're gonna be great.
Arizona is straight too. That's what I meant to say. I like Arizona, but I don't see them beating the Bucks. I don't see them having the firepower on defense. If the firepower to stop him.
They got JJ Watt.
I don't see them having enough firepower to stop him on defense.
They said JJ Watt is still that guy.
I believe him. If his neck worked forever. He hurt his neck every 2 seasons.
Aaron Rodgers now.
No.
Aaron
stop
Rodgers
it.
don't even want to play now.
Aaron Rodgers didn't.
He's
wasn't-
about to pull up.
They played through the BS last
He
year.
about
and
to
he
pull up.
proved that he is.
Aaron
I
Rodgers
got
about
you,
to pull up.
Kevin. I got you, bro.
Aaron Rodgers better hope he don't see him in the NFC Championship
Championship.
because he gonna throw a pick.
Kevin, if you listening, bro, no, it's not gonna happen,
Yes.
bro. Aaron
Death,
Rodgers is-
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers'
Rodgers is
best
about to.
matchup.
Death, taxes, and Aaron Rodgers throwing the NFC Championship pick. And
Three things you can count.
no cap.
Hey, man.
It be like that sometimes, man. You can't. Not all of them gonna be touchdowns.
Hey man,
You can't.
can
throw-
you at least not throw the pick right before halftime? Like right before halftime?
It was.
Like you knew what was coming.
They could have ran the ball.
Exactly.
You was gonna do that.
Hey, man. Anyway, switching back to the NBA, it's some new coaches hired in the NBA. We got Jason Kidd in Dallas. I'm gonna let you pronounce this one, Jordan, the dude from.
Ime Udoka.
There you go.
Udoka.
He
I
came.
think.
He was a Nets assistant last year. This past season, he was in Philly in 2019, and he started originally under Pop in 2012. And Chauncey Billups is getting talks from Portland, and I think that'll be a good look, especially with Dame up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the Jason Kidd signing. I mean,
There was one more, right? You said Rick Carlisle?
Yeah, he went to the Pacers.
oh yeah. I still think they're gonna be trash, but Jason Kidd played in Dallas. He was a good point guard. I think that's gonna be good for Luka. It really depends on the team they fill out around him, as always. But Luka gonna do what Luka gonna do. So I feel like another point guard who played that type of game that can get you a triple double, that can go out there and be a leader. I feel like that's gonna be a good move for them. I'm not really sure about the Celtics. It's his first time being a head coach, so that's gonna be interesting. I know he did. I was reading up on it, looking up the topic for the episode. It did say he had a pretty good rapport with Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Marcus Smart. So I think it's good to get ahead of that and talk to your key players. So, but yeah, I think overall of the hires we talked about the most, I think the Jason Kidd hire is the best one.
I mean, it could work with Jason Kidd, but it depends on how that culture is. They both have history, Jason Kidd and the Dallas.
Mark Cuban.
Yeah. So, I mean, he has some good assistants. Didn't he sign Jason Terry as one assistant? So,
I mean, Terry, no basketball.
No
he
cap.
also got yammed on.
he-
He's known for being yammed on by LeBron.
and stopping them in the finals. Don't stop. Don't do that.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Jordan,
I mean,
hey, they ain't got nothing to do with me. That's
I
y'all
mean,
team.
no cap. You shut them. Hey man, I'm honest. That was my heat. You can't tell me we wasn't gonna win that finals. Then Jason Terry, man, I still remember him flying down the court with his arms stretched out. Sorry. This man LeBron let him go off.
Nah, I mean, I don't know about Jason Kidd in Dallas.
I mean, it could work.
feel
I
like
don't know.
they still need more help. Lucas.
I mean, yeah. Well,
not even more help. They
I
got
think
the
it's a
help.
good-
KP just need to show up. If
no, they
KP
need to
show
get
up-
rid of. He need to show up in somebody else's city.
I like the
He
Boston.
need to show
one.
up at baggage claim.
I like the Boston one just because they didn't fire their coach. They just moved him into a different part, so they're finna be running the same system.
Right.
So nothing is really about to change. So I feel like Boston is gonna be the one that works out the most. You know
It
what I'm saying?
depends on if they can get another shooter.
Yeah, I think that Boston needs a little less help than Dallas does.
Yeah.
So I agree with Ron, but I feel coaching wise, Jason Kidd has a higher ceiling, I guess. Well, I don't know because I've never seen him coach, so I don't know what his ceiling
He
is.
coached in Brooklyn and he coached in Milwaukee. He coached Giannis for a while.
Yeah, but he wasn't a head coach though.
Yeah,
Jason
yes, he
Kidd
was.
has been.
No,
Yeah,
you
yes, he
talking about-
was.
No, I'm saying
He don't know what.
I don't know what
Celtics-
Ime Udoka's ceiling is because he hasn't been the head coach.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying I've seen Jason Kidd be a head coach. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so
you've seen
I've
what can happen with his team.
right, and it wasn't necessarily his fault with the Bucks, they got better,
Nah,
but
they went from not making the playoffs to making the playoffs. 2
right,
years in a row.
exactly. So I can't remember exactly why he got fired from there, but it was something off the court. It wasn't necessarily on the court, which is why I'm saying if the way that the Mavericks are set up, it might be bad because they're two not necessarily bad apples, but they have bad history. So it might clash there, but I like what Jason Kidd offers on the court as a coach.
Yeah.
More than
like
what I
him.
don't know from Ime.
I like Jason Kidd as a coach, just because I like Jason Kidd as a player. Though.
Right. But they do, I feel like
That's crazy. We actually got to see him play, and now we got to see him coach.
Right.
yeah, that is crazy.
Same thing with Steve Nash.
And Ty Lue. I remember going to a game and watching Ty Lue.
Ty Lue play for the Hawks.
Yes, no cap with the
Crazy.
Raids. I can't remember who
That's
they were playing.
crazy. I remember that too.
I
man.
want to say they were playing the Nets.
Man, I
but I'm
remember
not
Ty Lue played for the
100%
Hawks.
sure.
It's crazy. I knew you were just about to say that, bro, because I remember when Ty Lue played for the Hawks.
No cap.
The Joe Johnson squad.
No cap. My brother, I was like, who is this Ty Lue dude? I like him. My brother was like, even Ty Lue mom don't even like Ty Lue. That was so funny.
Tyronn Lue was hooping for a long time.
He was hooping. He was hooping.
He was hooping for a long time.
Okay. But yeah, I feel like Rick Carlisle can help the Pacers win a first round series. I feel like that's pretty much their ceiling right now. But that's pretty much it.
I like Chris LeVert, man. I like Chris LeVert.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, that's why I better make my next jersey cop.
I don't know. I feel like they don't have enough. I feel like Sabonis helps a little bit, but I mean, they're not a
Sabonis
real
fine.
contender.
Sabonis fine. They just gotta get more consistent, man. They gotta get more consistent, get more help, get a real point guard. Brogdon is a scorer, bro. He's not your point guard. You know what I'm saying? He can do it. He's good at it, but that's not how you're gonna thrive as a team.
Right.
Or let him be the point guard and get another main scorer, get another somebody else that can help Chris LeVert. I mean, you had Vic, but Vic just still think he Vic. You know what I'm saying? Vic still think he in Indiana.
Right.
And Vic hasn't learned the reality that he's not that player.
Yeah.
That guy.
All I know is Miami. We got the little 3-game sample size from him. Go ahead and let him get his walking papers. We don't need
He
you.
was hurt.
Exactly. He did exactly what I told you he was gonna do when y'all was bragging about us trading for him. I said that man is not gonna be playing in the playoffs, and he didn't.
Hey man, shout out to Victor Oladipo.
Man, I'm not saying shout out to Victor Oladipo.
Oladipo.
Shout out to the fact that Victor Oladipo probably not gonna be on my team no more. Shout out to that.
Depot, Jimmy Butler, Gordon.
No,
That's a squad.
yeah, it is on paper until you see that Q next to his name.
He said the same thing about AD, bro. So,
Hey man,
AD is great. He is a great player. He
I
just don't-
like AD.
Bro,
I'm-
you said he
I
wasn't gonna be playing in the playoffs in December. Shut up.
That boy
He
said
didn't. He didn't. What are you talking
I
about?
know that, but that's not the point.
Anthony Street clothes Davis.
No cap. That man is Anthony Street Clothes Davis. But I've
I said
said
something on Twitter that
once.
said Anthony Day-to-Day Davis.
Hey man. Oh wow.
No cap. But I mean, I still feel like a completely healthy AD is still the best big man in the league.
I hear
He's
that.
top 4 player in the league.
Yeah.
A healthy AD
I mean,
name 5 people
completely
better than
healthy.
Name 5 people better than a completely
We got
healthy Anthony
KD,
Davis.
LeBron. What's Kawhi? We're not giving Kawhi
Over AD?
completely healthy.
Oh, completely healthy?
How often do he get that though?
about
All right, but are we talking about if AD plays the way AD should play,
I'm
or the
talking
way
about-
he
I'm
does
talking-
now?
That Portland series, that AD. If we get that AD,
All right.
who you taking over that
AD
AD?
that should have won the MVP last year in the bowl.
All right. See,
Who you getting? I ain't gonna say he should have won in the boat.
LeBron,
you're not in the bubble, but
You know what I'm saying? He
before the season, when he was carrying every statistical category, even though everybody said LeBron should have won MVP, that AD, that's the one y'all talking about. If we got completely healthy,
Yes.
I mean, I
Okay.
still take the point. Excuse me. I
Let's
still
see.
take the Portland series. Just say
Let's
that
see.
AD. Give me that AD. That healthy AD.
I give
that's averaging 30 and 5 blocks.
KD, LeBron.
This man is averaging 30 and 5 blocks.
I don't know, bro. I still feel like Kawhi. Did you see
I'm
Kawhi
not
in that?
taking-
Did you see Kawhi in that Dallas series?
Bruh.
That man is different. That man could get a shot from anywhere
I'm not saying he didn't.
and play great defense
But you
on
got-
Luka when they didn't switch.
You got one more spot left.
One more
I
spot
do
left.
have one more spot left. I don't know, bro. You give me a completely healthy James Harden.
Over Anthony Davis?
I don't even like James Harden like that.
Over Anthony Davis.
James Harden don't play no defense, bro.
He don't,
That has
but
to be
30
taken.
points and 5 blocks and 12 rebounds. You gonna let that walk away. Stop
Have
playing.
you seen James Harden?
Bro, give me
Hey man,
give
James
me,
Harden don't
give
play
me a
no
healthy
defense.
give me a healthy AD, a healthy KD, a healthy
Who
LeBron.
else is on my team though?
Give me a healthy KD.
Maybe they can play some defense.
AD,
We are naming the four.
AD, KD, LeBron, Steph, and I don't care who you throw in at the 5. Because you give me them 4, you can put my grandmama in at the 5.
All right, so you're not putting Steph over a completely healthy AD?
No. Hell no. I said 30 and 5. Only reason I'm putting LeBron and KD over AD
Steph?
is because KD can go out there and get me 60, and LeBron can give me a triple double and
But
still probably
Steph
get
walking up and shooting from the logo? You're not taking that?
He's
Over-
not big
And then
enough
when
to-
we
he
switch,
don't
and
guard-
then when we switch on defense, like
On
we
his-
always have to. This ain't football. You don't get taken out after you score.
I mean, you can call a timeout and take him out.
Exactly.
It's late in the game.
You gonna run out of timeout. Like you gonna run out of timeouts.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying. Like people take that aspect. Like you can't do that, bro. Like
See,
you gotta play defense.
but that's why we say that KD is the greatest skilled player of all time, though.
Offensively, I say offensively. Y'all say all the time. I say offensively. 'Cause
Hey, man.
KD ain't giving you 5 blocks. KD
KD has
Kelly
given
might
you
not-
5 blocks before.
he not gonna give you 5 blocks every night. AD is gonna give you 25 and 5 blocks.
He might. He don't play with that same consistency every
That's what I'm
night.
saying. He might. A healthy AD is going to give you 25 and 5 blocks. Should he
Not
average? Last year
consistently
when
though.
they won before the bubble, he was,
Did you see
he was
him
averaging
before?
3 a game.
Did you see him before he got hurt though? He wasn't doing that
You talking about last year?
this year.
He was hurt this year.
No, before he got hurt,
They literally won
he
the
was playing
championship.
kind of mid.
They won the championship, took a nap, and then started the season.
They did.
Hey man, they was the ones talking about they was gonna cherry pick. They decided to go out there and play every game. It's not my fault you decided to look mid in every game.
I'm talking about the season before. I'm talking about the season they won. I'm talking about that year. That year when he was averaging 27.
I understand all
rebounds,
that,
3 blocks.
but he don't do that
The year he
every
said-
night.
What do you think averages mean?
I mean, I get that
KD is not gonna average 3 blocks, bro. KD is not gonna average 11 rebounds.
in the playoffs
No,
when his mind is made up that
in a
he's got to
series,
do it.
maybe. In a series,
Yes.
maybe. But on a 4 healthy team, he's not gonna do that.
Hey man,
He's
Not
proven.
over the course of the play.
hey man.
KD's proven. If you give me everybody I need to play, I'm gonna give you 27 points, probably 6 or 7 rebounds, 3 blocks, and I'm gonna shoot probably 60%. So I'm gonna give you 28 points on like 7 shot attempts.
Sheesh.
Cause he's nasty like that, bro.
Completely healthy, I'll give him 5.
Hey man.
That's where I'm.
So
ranking him.
who?
Who
So
is
you
the
gonna
4th?
give him? So you going Kawhi? So you going?
Yes, Kawhi's better than him.
So who
Completely
you
healthy.
said? Who you said? Kawhi, Steph,
Kawhi
KD?
with. We're not talking about gimpy Kawhi with half a knee in the Toronto series.
Kawhi literally.
This man beat a team with one knee.
He's rested. He's rested every series. Every series he's played in, he's had a
All right, we talking about completely healthy. Why AD get to be completely healthy, but Kawhi don't?
No. Literally, Kawhi has never.
That's not fair.
We don't even know. Kawhi don't even let himself play. Kawhi be like, Kawhi be like, hold on.
That man said AD get the fountain of youth, but Kawhi don't. That man got to stay where he is right now. That's
I don't
not
even
fair.
think Kawhi hurt. I don't even think Kawhi be hurt.
He might not be. He might be still planning his trip to Miami.
Bro, I ain't never
That man
seen-
said, "We gonna see how good y'all really are."
I'm trying to tell you.
All right, that's cool. But my point is,
PG,
if
you
we
get paid
doing
a
completely
lot.
healthy,
PG, you get paid a lot of money. I'm gonna need you to show me.
I feel like if AD on his one knee, Kawhi on his one knee is better than AD without a groin. If we doing that.
I'm dead.
That is very fair. That is fair. I give you that.
I'm dead. He said without a groin.
Before we get out of here, we got to do the pick the ending segment. This week's question is the Trey and Luka the best trade ever across all sports?
No, and just basketball.
I would have to say so. I feel like both teams got what they needed for their team. I don't know that they knew that that's what they needed at the time, but it worked out for both teams. And you don't usually see trades like this with high talent players working out like that.
Yeah, I feel like this is the gold standard of trades. You shouldn't go in thinking one team got fleeced. I feel like both teams should get what they want. I feel like the Hawks got what they wanted. They got not a traditional point guard, but they got a point guard who can work well in a system that doesn't need to be the system. As much as I love Luka, he is the system, so it's kind of hard to build around that. And I don't feel like he would have worked in Atlanta. I can't remember who I was telling this to, but in Atlanta, you got to have somebody who has name recognition. They can't build their name while they're in Atlanta. And while a lot of people who were hip to basketball knew who Luka was, basketball isn't the number one sport in Atlanta, so they're not really in the weeds of basketball. Like, even when the Hawks are good, they don't really care about the Hawks. Like, they didn't really start caring about the Hawks until
Trae Young, maybe.
No, not even then. Like, until the second round when they started playing Philly. That's when they started really caring. Like, even when they was playing the Knicks, nobody really cared. Like, it was just something that was on. Like, it was supposed to be a good series, but it ended in 5. It should have ended in 4. But yeah, I feel like, that being said, Luka didn't really have the name recognition outside of real people who follow basketball. Like, a lot of people who are casual basketball fans knew who Trae Young was because of Oklahoma. So I feel like the fact that he had the name, it was a good launching point to build up the team. Plus, they also got another pick the following year that turned out being Cam Reddish. So even though he doesn't play a lot, he's a piece that can help the team. So I mean, it's not like they finessed the Mavericks, but they both, like I said, they both came out getting what they wanted.
They got what they wanted. It was an even trade.
Right. So I mean, I could say that it was the most even trade. Luka has 2 All-NBAs. Arguably a top 10 player in the league. I wouldn't say so. I would say like 11, 12. We did that a while ago. I can't remember the episode, but I can find it.
So that mean you probably putting like, if you got who you putting over Luka, like Dame, Joel?
No, I don't have Dame.
I got Dame over Luka.
I do not have Dame over Luka.
He's a better shooter.
Who you got over Luka?
Let me see. I had the list. Let me see if I can find it.
I can't say 8 people over Luka.
I have KD, Bron, Kawhi, Steph, AD. So yes, I did have 85. Steph, LeBron. KD, Bron, Kawhi, Steph, AD, Giannis, Embiid, Harden, Jimmy, Luka, and then I have Jokic and Dame.
You put Jimmy and Giannis over Luka?
Hey man, I don't feel like having the Giannis debate because I don't feel like skill for skill he's better than Luka, but I feel like he plays defense. So I do have like all around player. Yes, I could see him being better than Luka. But if you're saying on offense, I don't think that that's an argument.
I don't think he plays hard enough defense to outwin that argument. That's how I feel about it. I feel like
Giannis,
Jimmy, like I don't think Jimmy's defense alone.
I mean,
scoring wins that Luka argument.
I don't know, bro. Jimmy played really, really well these last 2 seasons, and
He played great.
yes,
He sold this year.
he did sell in the playoffs. I'll give you that. But I mean, he didn't.
He also had 70 days off.
You're not wrong. But if you looked, I'm a Jimmy fan. I've said, like, without him, we wouldn't be where we were.
Yeah.
So I mean, I felt like he should have been in the MVP discussion.
I feel like without him, people wouldn't even be considering Miami.
Right. So I mean, I felt like he should have been in the MVP discussion. So yeah, I would say, as a overall player, like helping the team, I would say yes, he's a better player than Luka right now. I don't know how long that'll last. I don't know if that'll even last through next year. But as of right
I
now,
don't know, bro.
yeah.
My man Luka done ran up into the Clippers 2 years in a row, bro.
You're not getting that argument from me. I like the Clippers, so
That's
I
what I'm
mean,
saying. Like,
I
he
get
ran
it.
into the Clippers 2 years
I
in a
mean,
row.
that's not. I mean,
Like,
my
come
whole
on,
argument
bro.
isn't just
That's
what's
like,
it called?
That's like who lost to the,
I mean, but
who lost to the Warriors in the first round?
what does that have to do with him playing terrible in the fourth quarter and missing all those free throws, though?
I mean, you got a point there. No free throws.
Exactly.
No free
So,
throws.
I mean, Luka's definitely not a finished product yet. I can't give him top 10 right now. But yeah, I would say
I like Luka in the top 10. He probably like my ninth. I'm probably like 9. I'm not picking. I'm not going Joel over him. I'm not going.
you're not put. See, last year I didn't have
And
Joel
we, and
over
we,
him.
And we speaking realistically. I'm talking like Joel. Joel don't play enough for me. Kawhi don't play enough for me. Like
See, I don't. I'm not.
He's saying,
See, I don't.
Ability was based off of 100%.
Yeah, I don't do it. I can't take that into consideration because a lot of that isn't their fault. Like with AD, I can blame some of that stuff on him, like hamstring, like heart. That's why Harden's so low for me, because a lot of that is hamstring, soft tissue injuries. That's just you not hydrating and stretching well enough.
LOL. That man said you're not doing your job, dude.
Okay,
Right.
this is coming from a guy that wanted to be a physical therapist. So, hey man, soft tissue injuries, that's your fault.
Get yourself together, dude.
No cap. Find a trainer that can help you get that right, because you obviously are not doing your job.
Right.
But I mean, all that being said, yes, I feel like it's a great fair trade. They got, like I said, Luka's arguably top 10, and then Trae Young got his team to the conference finals in his third year. So, I mean, it's very even trade.
I feel like it's even. Unless the Hawks win it all this year. And then if the Hawks win it all, then the boys in Dallas gonna be sad.
See, but
Even if they make it to the finals.
But if Luka was on that team, they would be in the same exact position. So you can't really say.
We can't say that.
Mm,
We can't say
I
that.
guess you can't. In the East, I don't know.
Shit,
That man Luka was doing it in the West.
Yeah.
It's not like they're playing against like Brooklyn or anybody. If they're playing against Brooklyn, maybe you could say that. But I feel like I could comfortably say that Luka on this team could beat the Bucks.
Like I feel like the year Luka don't have to play Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, he probably gonna advance. But
I mean,
he's
you're
coming
not
into,
wrong.
He coming into the playoffs.
He should have advanced this year.
He should
This
have.
was it.
Being up 2-0 and then 3-2 with Game 6 at home.
Game 6, yeah, they should have won Game 6.
I mean, now this is the same thing with KD. You were up 2-0, up 3-2, and then you had Game 7 at home. You got to pull that out, bro.
Yeah, you gotta win, bro. It's just that. It's just the end of the day. I just don't. I'd be surprised if the Bucks win. I feel like this is the Suns' year. I think this is the Suns.
Oh, yeah.
I like this year for Chris Paul. I feel like this chip stamp him as he's already one of the greatest.
Yeah, but I said that. I predicted them like when AD got hurt. I pulled off of it before the playoffs because I didn't like how DeAndre Ayton finished the season.
Yeah.
But
I mean, no
around
Joker,
that time,
no
I like
Joker,
that.
No Joker, no Joel, no KD, no AD. This is prime for DA. He ain't got nobody that can really compete with him for real.
You're not wrong.
Well, that concludes another episode of your favorite podcast, Not
Yes,
Another
sir.
Sports Podcast. Remember, I'm one of your hosts, Brandon. Make sure you follow me on all those social media sites. And Rob was there.
Yeah, and this is Jordan. You can follow me on Twitter at @this_guy11, on Instagram at _thisguy11. You can follow the sports pages on Facebook and Instagram at Not Another Sports Podcast, and on Twitter at N_A_S_podcast. You can also find us on all audio platforms by searching Not Another Sports Podcast. And thanks to my boy Ron for
It's
coming
an honor,
in
man.
again.
Sure.
Honor, man. Always an honor, man.
Yes, indeed,
You are
Steven.
officially a friend of the show.
Yes,
Appreciate it, man.
indeed.
Oh, before we get out of here, I want to read this quote. Shout out to Girl Jordan. I told her I was going to read this today. It's Isaiah 41:10. Do not be afraid. I am with you. Do not be discouraged, for I am your God. So whatever you going through this week, take that with you.
Yes, indeed.
With that, we out. Roll Tide.
Yes, sir. Roll
Yes,
Tide.
sir. Oh wait! I got the Thunder jersey.